Okay, now we're going to go over using Owncloud. And we'll go over some of the functions here. So when you log in, you're logged in as admin. And the first time you come in, you have documents and photos. And these are the only things you have in here. If you click on photos, there's a couple of example ones in here. And then you'll see over here, you have a share link. So if you want to share it, and then over here, you can get the details, rename it, download it, or delete it. And then for sharing, if you click on share, it brings up what the picture looks like here. And then it shows you the size when it was in here. So you have sharing and you have versioning. So you can turn on versioning so you can look at different versions of your pictures or something if you change them. Okay, and then you can share with certain users or groups. So we can set users and groups up on Owncloud, and we'll get to that in a little bit. And then you can share via link. So if you do share link, this will be the link that's available on the internet. So if we copy that, and then you can password protect it or set an expiry date. Let's open up a new browser here. Let's paste that in. Hit enter. Okay, and there's the picture. Okay, let's go back to all files here. Now we can create new folders and files and text documents here. So if we click here, we can upload, create a text file, or create a folder. So let's create one called music. And let's create another one called videos. Okay, so you can set up the folder structure that you want to have in your own cloud, and then you can put whatever you want in here. So presumably, you would put your photos in here, music in here, and videos in here. Let's go ahead and upload some music, for instance. So first, let's go into the folder we want to upload to. So let's go music. So we can click plus here and upload. Okay, and then we can pick some music, open, and that's going to upload it into here for us. You can see that it's going along there. And here it is. And we can play it from here. So we can open it with Windows Media Player and it would go ahead and play. Okay, so it's very simple to upload your files into your cloud server here. And I'm going to show you how you're going to do that with web apps in a little bit. We have a web app and we have mobile apps, and we'll get to those in a bit. But I just wanted to show you the upload process if you're doing it from within here. Okay, now if you go over here, you'll see files. So we have files, activity, it'll show us our activity of everything that we've done. We have gallery. So this will bring up a gallery of our pictures. Okay, and there it is. So we can click on them. Okay, and then enlarge them again. And then we can go through them like so. Okay, and then also in here, we have apps. Owncloud comes with different apps that you can turn on and use. Some of these are already on and some of them aren't. For instance, galleries turned on. So let's just go to not enabled apps, for instance. And if you want to enable one of these, all you have to do is click enable. To find out what they do, just click show description and it'll tell you what those are. Okay, now let's go back over here and let's go to users. This is where you can set up users and groups. So if you want to give family members access to your cloud, you can do that. And then they'll be able to put their files up depending on the permissions you give them. So we have admins here and we have everyone, which is just the total of everything in here. So right now, all we have is our admin in here. So let's give a username here. Okay, and now groups. Let's add a group, and we're going to call it users, or whatever you want, friends, family, however you want to define it. And we're going to create. Now you'll see that it shows their username and their full name here. There's their password. You can edit it. There's their group. Now, you can change their quota over here. So unlimited, 1 gig, 5 gig, 10 gig, other. So you can set it how you like. Let's say we want to give our users 5 gig each. There we go. Simple as that. We now have set up new users so they can come and log in over the internet, and then they have their own cloud they can use. So let's log in as Chuck. I'm going to log out, and we'll log in as Chuck. Okay, so now we're logged in as Chuck, and they can go ahead and download the different apps. So they got your desktop app, your Google Play app for Google devices or Android devices, and the App Store for Apple devices. Okay, so let's close that. Okay, and here's their setup. So they can go ahead and add their own folders and whatever they want here. So if we go into files here, they'll see their files, activity and gallery. And over here, they have their personal, which will give them their username and stuff. Okay, and then the different apps they can get, so they can change their information here. Okay, any notifications. And Federated Cloud is just where you can hook up the different cloud services here. Okay, so it's as simple as that. That's how you get everything set up and get your users on there that you want to be able to share your cloud as well. Okay, now the next thing we're going to go over is using the different apps. I'm going to show you how to use the web app, and I'll be showing you how you can use the Android app as well, since I use Android. But the iOS app will work similar to the Android app. Okay, if you're going to be sharing your cloud with other people like your family members, or if you're doing it for a business, you're going to want to turn on the email function. Let's go over here and go to admin. And then you want to go to, well, let's go to mail templates here. And you have different templates in here. Okay, so all these different templates, and you can edit these so that they look the way you want them to look and say what you want them to say. Remember, these are in PHP. Okay, so if you want to change those, you can. And then down here, you're going to want to put your email server in here. And then you want to put your from address in here. And it defaults to PHP mail here, which we're going to use. And then you can put your from address in here. So it's whoever at whatever. So you at yourdomain.com or whatever. And then you test it here. And at that point, everything is ready to go. Now let's go have a look at the apps. So if we go over to admin and then we go to personal, we're going to want to download the desktop app. Okay, so there's our desktop client. And you got Windows, Mac, and Linux versions. So I'm going to be downloading the Windows version and save. So whoever is using your Owncloud would be able to just download this Windows app and use it on their computer. Okay, so that's installed. Let's run it. Okay, so the server address is the address you were using to access it on the web. So it's going to be HTTPS, your domain name or your IP address, and colon and the port number. Click next. Okay, now we have no certificate, so we'll just click trust this certificate anyway. Click OK. Now the username and password. So I'm going to log in. I'll log in with the user one I set up, which is Chuck. And next, so this would be a user that you set up. Okay, so sync everything from the server or choose what you want to sync. Okay, so here's our stuff that we have in here. Okay, so I'm just going to do everything. And you can change where you want this to be on your server. Okay, so I have it at Cloud 2. Let's connect. Okay, so you can open the local cloud or open the cloud in the browser. Okay, and then you just sign in there. And we look at the local folder. This is the stuff that it downloaded for us. And there it is. All right, so that's how you use the web app. Okay, in the next video, we're going to go over how to use one of the apps. I'll show you how to use the Android app, and then we'll wrap things up.